Measure your shoulder to where you want the blouse to come to your waist. I'm doing 22 for this type of blouse I'm making. Once you have the length of the fabric cut, fold the fabric in fourths. Let it smooth. Now you have your front and back pieces. I'm going to use a blouse template I made for myself that is editable for any type of shirt that I want to make. So that's the front right. So if I trace the fabric right here, trace it on the fold, and you will have a front piece and a back piece. I'm using pink so you can see how I'm adding a 1/2 inch seam allowance. And it's okay because the marker will be hidden once you sew the seam allowance. And you do not have to mark the front or the fold because I've already allowed for the seam allowance. Now it's time to cut. You see this pattern is longer. I made a shirt the other day for work and I made it long on purpose. The correct length for me for business casual wear. This is going to be sort of cropped because I'm using it to wear for my meditation ceremonies, my yoga, etc. Let's get to cutting. Now you can see I've cut my pattern out. Now we want to trim up the edges. This is jersey knit, so it's one of the toughest materials to cut evenly when you have all these layers that you are cutting at the same time. Cotton and G material are the easiest fabrics for me to work with. Now, as you can see, you have the front and the back. Usually, before you unfold it, if you are making a traditional shirt, this will be the back, and you cut a little lower for the front. But I'm not making a traditional shirt. I'm making one shoulder tie shirt. So I'm not going to cut the front like that. What I will do is cut this part off. You take me higher, so much higher. Okay. No. Much easier to cut with 2 layers than with 4. Now you want to turn these inside out. Like so. Now that it is together, we want to sew around the perimeter. But first, you want to secure the hem, either with a serger or with a zigzag stitch. Now that I've created my zigzag stitch at the hem, I want to put the pieces together. And if you are not making ties right here, just go ahead and sew around the whole perimeter. Perimeter, and leave the arms. Actually, you want to do a zigzag stitch right here to keep the arms. So now that I have all perimeters of the edges sewn and zigzag stitch with my regular sewing machine, I'm going to put the right sides facing each other. And I'm going to sew the 2 pieces together, skipping the armholes. So I'm going to place these right here to tell me when to stop sewing, because we don't want to sew the armholes close. I did that a few times when I was teaching myself how to sew many moons ago in 1988. Back then, we had only the manual. We didn't have YouTube. We didn't have Google. We had the manual. Yes. And you know how complicated those can be. These purple clips indicate where I will not sew. That's the neck. That's the opening without the sleeve. That's the arm opening. And that's the bottom. So because this fabric is hard to back stitch on because it bunches up, sometimes it gets caught down here, I'm going to go to the end and just turn it around and just do another straight stitch along the edge. That will secure it just as well as a back stitch.